Hey guys!
Well, Disneyland Paris is a magical place and there are so many things that you can do, but there are a few things that we would advise you not to do. One of the things that you shouldn't do in Disneyland Paris is when you are meeting one of the characters is be silent.
Don't be silent. Ask yes or no questions where they can answer with yes or no, and then you will have a wonderful experience with those characters.
It depends, of course, if it's a fur character or if it's a face character. Yeah, that's the right word. You're right. The fur characters behind us are a perfect example for characters that you can really interact with. However, of course, they cannot answer your questions, but they will use their hand and body language to answer your questions. So you can ask, "Hey Eeyore, well, how are you feeling today?" And he will be saying, "I'm sad." Or you can ask Tigger, "So I heard you like jumping, is that true?" And maybe he will jump, you know. So there are so many things that you can do. You can also find some interaction and questions, suggestions on internet. So if you're looking for some things that you can say to a certain character, then you can also do a Google search for it, and maybe it will inspire you.
One thing you should never do is run in the park, so...
We understand you're at rope drop and you can't wait to get into Disneyland Paris. But rope drop can be a race. And running at the parks is generally unsafe. You can run into other guests, you can be run over by somebody else. In other words, be considerate of others and try not to run. I know, it is very difficult not to.
So what about restaurants? Well, if you're feeling peckish and you want to eat something, make sure you have a reservation. We cannot say this often enough, but what you shouldn't do is not make reservations, so please do. You can make them in the app or even when you're booking your hotel through the telephone. Make reservations for the restaurants and the hotels, of course.
And the funny thing is that most people think that once they have made a reservation for a certain restaurant, that they're going to be fined or something if they're not going to use that reservation. But the thing is, you can make a reservation and then cancel it in the app. So you won't disappoint any other visitors who wanted to have your spot, but you also don't get charged or anything. They are glad that you are canceling, that you're letting them know that you're not going to be there, and everything is fine. So make reservation to a restaurant and have fun. Sven is filming and I am talking. And okay, one of the things that we wanted to add to the whole restaurant reservation thing is that
choose your restaurant wisely.
If you are booking at a certain restaurant, make sure that it's a logical decision. For example, if you are planning to stay in Disneyland Paris the entire day, then don't book your restaurant during lunchtime, for example, in Sequoia Lodge, because that means that you have to go out of the park to Sequoia Lodge, and that takes a whole gap out of your Disneyland Paris day. But if you were planning to go to your hotel, if you're staying at Sequoia Lodge, for example, if you are planning to go to Sequoia Lodge anyway for an afternoon nap or something, then it's completely logical to book your restaurant there as well, so you can combine the two. So keep that in mind too. So where will you be on a certain day and which restaurant will suit your needs? Well, no Sven, this is not the shot that I want. It's from below. I want it from the up, you know, it's better.
Okay, but then you would need a selfie stick.
A selfie stick? Like this. Like this.
Now, this is only a stretch arm. That's okay.
Yeah.
Really? Selfie sticks?
Yeah. You're not allowed to bring selfie sticks to the park, guys.
Yeah.
And it's not because they don't want you to have the best picture of yourself. No. It's to
prevent to have a whole sea of selfie sticks blocking the view of other people, and
during the parade, for example.
During the parade, to prevent injuries to cast members who are in the parade, that selfie sticks are being poked out, And also, yeah, walking around with selfie sticks, you can hit other people in the head or other body parts. So
Other body parts?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
It can
interesting. So we decided to go into Star Tours. It was only a 5-minute wait, so we couldn't just leave it like that. We had to go into the ride, and this one was amazing. This ride was really good. We had an amazing crowd, and people even applauded at the end of the ride. And I love it when people are so enthusiastic and are applauding. So that's cool. That was a great ride. Now we are heading to Star Traders, which is the shop of Star Tours. Because we have another advice for you guys, which you should never do in Disneyland Paris.
What you should never do is buy drinks at the stands outside. Why? Especially if you have an annual pass, is because here you can get a discount, outside you cannot. And often the waiting line is shorter in the stores than outside with the drinking cards.
Unfortunately, we had a little bit of an issue with our audio here, but another example of a shop where you can buy drinks is in the Candy Palace at Main Street, USA.
We all love those dark rides. Phantom Manor, Pirates,
Peter Pan!
Peter Pan. And one thing you shouldn't do is use flash photography because it takes so much away from the magic, because those flashes show how it's being made. And also you can really blind people in other ride vehicles. It happened to us a couple of times that we were on the wrong side of a flash, so we were totally blinded. So when you're going into a dark ride, make sure your flash is off. Oftentimes you make even better pictures without the flash in the dark. And yeah, dim the lights on your screen.
When it comes to food, dinner, eating somewhere, making your reservations, there's also a thing called rush hour that you have to take into account.
Have your lunch or dinner actually between lunch and dinner time.
Yeah, or between breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to go for lunch, you actually have to eat around 11.
Yeah.
10:30 would be ideal, but 11 is also quite alright.
Or extended after lunchtime.
So 2:30, for example.
Yeah.
Today we wanted to eat around 3 o'clock and we were able to get a reservation. Probably because not many people are eating around that time. Take that into account. If you don't have a reservation, if you want to use the counter service restaurants, go between rush hour. Otherwise,
you're stuck and hungry.
Yeah.
And you don't want to.
No. One of the things that you should never do in Disneyland Paris is eat smelly food when you are waiting in a queue. Once we were going into Pirates of the Caribbean, our favorite ride, and then a couple in front of us starting opening their backpacks. Well, it was a very crowded day that day, so we were all packed like sardines in that queue. But the people in front of us, they opened their backpack, and what did they took out?
A can of beer.
Very smelly cheese.
Rancid duck pate.
Yes, which was also really smelly. And they ate that very slowly during their wait time while we were in the queue.
On the inside, so
on the
not
inside,
in
there was no
escaping.
fresh air. There was no escape. That was the worst experience ever.
What did we do? We slowed down the whole queue, so
Yeah.
the gap became greater and greater. And we weren't the only ones. At one point, people would say, well, we'll pass. And they backtracked to us with that they couldn't stand the smell either.
No, people were totally understanding why we took that great distance, and they were participating in all of this. It was just the worst. So if you are in a queue, don't bring any smelly food with you, because that's not nice for the people around you.
If you do want to bring something smelly, be considerate. Eat it somewhere where it doesn't bother other people as much.
Yeah.
Well, we're not in Disneyland Paris anymore.
Now, we forgot to film an outro, but anyway, guys, we make up for it right now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
And you can find us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe next time
We'll
see you in Main Street. Bye!
So, what about restaurants? What you also... So, what about restaurants? What you also...
Restaurant reservation thing is that choose the restaurant.
Choose your restaurant wisely.
Around that time, most stomachs are getting rumbly.
Rumbly.
Yeah. Most stomachs get rumbly. Where will you be on a certain day, and which restaurant will suit your needs?
Brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you.